It seems like Hollywood is having a specific kind of baby boom. I'm calling it the baby mama boom, and it's being celebrated as if it's the new normal. The latest star to join this trend is none other than Cardi B, who just announced she's expecting her fourth child and her first with her boyfriend, NFL star Stephon Diggs. And here's the real kicker: she's still legally married to her ex, Offset. It's a complicated web, and it's being paraded on red carpets and social media as a sign of strength and freedom. Now, I want to be clear, this isn't about judging anyone. Life happens, and sometimes things don't go as planned. But what we're seeing is a pattern, and it's being presented as something to aspire to, especially for young women who look up to these stars. Uh, Cardi B is a smart, successful woman, but she's now part of a list that includes other powerful figures like the Kardashian clan. Kim, who despite having one baby father in Kanye West, has publicly spoken about the struggles of being a single mom, revealing that even with immense resources, she often feels she's raising her four children all alone. We're also seeing this with younger stars like Halle Bailey, whose relationship with her baby daddy, DDG, has already played out in public, complete with legal battles and restraining orders. So, what about the men in these situations? We're talking about men like Stefan Diggs, who has a daughter from a previous relationship, and others like Nick Cannon, who has, kind of made a career out of having children with a different woman seemingly every other month. What message are they sending that it's okay to procreate without a commitment, without building a stable two-parent home? Honestly, it's an abdication of responsibility, and it puts the entire burden of raising a child on the mother. This isn't just a women's issue. These men are a massive part of the problem. And let's be real about the most important people in this equation: the children. As my father always said, most men aren't going to treat other men's children the same way they treat their own. A child needs consistency, and they need a stable home with two parents committed to raising them. When you have kids with different partners, you create a confusing and honestly potentially harmful situation. The money might be there, which they have in abundance, but money can't buy time, attention, or a consistent father figure. Take Nick Cannon, for example. The man is a father to a dozen children with six different women. While he may be a financial provider, is it humanly possible for him to be an emotionally present, dedicated father to each and every one of those kids? I don't think so. The same goes for these women. You can have all the money in the world and hire an army of nannies, but if you're constantly working on your career, your kids are being raised by strangers. I've been a single parent, and I can tell you firsthand, it's not easy. It's hard work, and it takes a huge emotional toll. It's more than just money. It's about time, attention, and dedication. I'm not saying this to condemn these celebrities. I'm saying this because we need to be more mindful of what we're presenting as normal. Instead of coming out and acting like this is something to be proud of, it would be powerful if they were honest. Imagine one of them saying, "I messed up. I had another child with a man who isn't committed to me, and it's not a fairy tale." That would be the real example, one of strength, vulnerability, and truth. Because whether they want to be or not, they are role models, and it's time they started acting like it. So I have to ask you, am I being too judgmental, or do you think this is a conversation we really need to have? We have a responsibility to the next generation, and we need to show them that while they may have to make the best of a difficult situation, this is not the ideal path to take.